Hi there, good afternoon. I think it is just past midday. I thought I'd give you an update on life because the last week has been massively traumatic and I'm only just coming to terms with where we are, and let's give you the highlights.
Welcome to another episode of Toby Stupid Vlog.
So all this hoo-ha about our house sale involving the land registry and the buyer's solicitor and our solicitor not having a full grasp on what it is they want from the freehold title and what they've got and when they can get it, I think has been largely resolved. Not entirely, but there is the main sticking points I think have passed, so that's good. But that was a very unpleasant day last week, and it was the same day that I had to do an edit on an episode of the Red Bull podcast that I really didn't want to do, and I got really late and I was very angry and the whole day was terrible. Anyway, since then we've been to see Santa, which I thought was great. Amelia kind of liked it up until the point that she had to wait her turn and then had to have a photo taken, which she did not want at all, and so we have an amazing Christmas photo, myself and Crystal smiling, Santa behind us and Amelia just bursting into tears. It's absolute perfection, so there we go. But since then we've all had quite a nasty cold. We've been doing very regular rapid flow testing, which have all come back negative, but that doesn't mean we haven't all got a nasty cough. There you go. I'm doing a PCR test today just to be absolutely certain. We're waiting to see what's going to happen about Christmas rules and whether the government will fall first. So that's why I'm feeling good, because I am reasonably optimistic that the shape of this government is changing. I mean, it might not change for the better, but the fact of the matter is the man who's currently in charge, who's one of the stupidest men ever to lead a country, one of the least competent and the most selfish people, is not long for that role. And seeing as there's nowhere else he can really go, that's kind of the end of his political career, which is just brilliant. And I'm very happy about that. And as I've said before, it's just a shame that his worst case scenario is losing a well-paid job, because his worst case scenario deserves to be a lot worse than that. So that's good. And I'm going for a walk in Kew because I haven't been to Kew for a couple of weeks. And yeah, and that's where we're up to really. Christmas presents aside, because that's a bit of a shambles. And I haven't got any more work this year. I think I might have, actually not true, I might have one day in about 10 days time, and that's it. So I'm feeling much better about the world because I don't have to do any more editing. So hooray for me. Good morning everybody, and happy solstice. One of the many festivals that Christianity has assumed in order to create Christmas. It is the shortest day of the year, and the solstice itself occurs about 3:30 this afternoon, I believe, because it's an astronomical phenomenon. So it has a precise time of occurrence. But that means that tomorrow is a bit longer than today, but which is great. Shortest day, arguably the saddest day. So the days get longer. The evenings have been getting ever so slightly lighter for about the last 7 or 8 days now. But the mornings are going to stay dark until at least January, which is annoying, but, you know, whatever. Not much you can do about physics, really. So I hope that following the government's lack of announcements, you can have a pleasant Christmas this week, and that you get to do some of the things you didn't do last year, but that it is at least tempered with a little bit of sensible behaviour. because I don't think January is going to be great for any of us again this year. This coming year, I should say, 2022. And whether 2022 will be better than 2021, I hope so, but who knows. Hi, good afternoon, happy winter. Because it's the first full day of winter, I thought, well, you know what, let's go for a really long, really cold walk somewhere near Guildford. So that's what's happening. I've done this route in the summer in the opposite direction when I think it was the first week Amelia got sent home from nursery for being ill. So I hope that's not a precursor. That said, tomorrow's the last day of nursery this year anyway, so we wouldn't have lost much. I just hope she's not ill because, you know, Christmas and whatnot, and you know, we're just going to barely squeak Christmas is my feeling before we go into some sort of strange lockdown that they don't want to call a lockdown, with restrictions that they don't want to implement, with a government that has no moral authority to implement them. So I thought I'd get out and about away from humans, and it might be a bit chilly today, but it's still a lovely day, and I've got a couple of hours of decent sunlight before it starts fading, so I'm going to make the most of that. So there's St Martha's Hill, the church on the top, which I'm heading towards, and shortly in the valley here just behind those nice trees is Chilworth Manor Vineyard and House. You can see all of the vines being pruned back for winter. The wood's actually got quite a nice reddish brown colour to it that I wasn't expecting on a vine, and they've got, you know, roses at the end every now and again, which is for attracting the bees during pollination season. Looks in very good order, well tended. Yeah, lovely Chilworth Manor. They open the house and garden, well, they open the gardens once a year. If you ever get a chance to go, you should. It's beautiful. And if I haven't said this before, I can't strongly recommend enough their rosé. The Chilworth Manor rosé is the best still wine I've tasted in England. There's lots made about English sparkling wine, but English still wine is still my favourite. And it's, you know, it does vary a bit, if I'm honest, but there are some exceptional examples of how to make a cold climate wine, almost always white, in this case rosé, because they have the Pinot Noir from the sparkling wine production. It's exceptional. Like, I can't say enough good things about it. It really is exceptional. And because there's not much of it and it sells up quite fast, just up the hill, literally just up hill over there, is the vineyard I'm a member of, Albury. They also do a rosé, which is also excellent. I would say it's been pipped by 1 point by Chilworth, but it is, in the event you can't get a Chilworth rosé, you should definitely go and get the rosé from Albury, because it's also excellent and way better than 90% of the still wine in England. Check out that place now, it's by the river. You can see about half of it. Pretty impressive. And then these are all of the new houses that built around where the mills used to be. So there's still water wheels and what have you. And I think this actually looks like, you know, that's just a balancing pond. I thought there was some hydro, but doesn't look like it. But yes, there was gunpowder mills back where we were at Chilworth, and there's been all sorts of mills along the river here for years. And it's a lovely, peaceful place to live. It's a bit damp. I wouldn't like it in when it rains heavily, but it's very beautiful even at this time of year. Nice view from up here. It's only 2 o'clock, but you know, the sky's already just starting to change colour because the sun's so low. if you look back this way, which is east towards sort of Dorking or what have you, beautiful mist over the Surrey Hills. Oh, that was a really, really tough climb. I'm very glad this is the top and I get to go down now. I'm also really glad I came for a walk though. On the final stretch through the woods back to the car park, which is the bottom of the hill there. You might be able to see some houses on the top of the same hill. I've just come through this field here past a quite sad looking horse. Beautiful field though. I tried to give the horse some words of encouragement, but I don't know whether that does anything with a horse. Anyway, I've done this walk very, very quickly and I can feel it too. I think the Ordnance Survey map said it was a 2 hour, 50-minute walk. Well, I haven't yet reached 1 hour, 50 minutes. So we'll have to see how fast I have done this when we get back to the car. But I will need a moment of tranquility before we head off home.